Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is the video lesson for contextualized online search and research skills because we weren't able to meet yesterday due to my internet connection. So as promised, I am recording a video lesson for module 3 inshallah. So again, going back to the objective, why are we learning contextualized online search and research skills is for you to develop research skills wherein you can get the information necessary for a specific situation. That is the main goal for this module. So we have here tips on improving search and research skills. So yesterday I told you that most of the time before we did library research. Whenever we have assignments, we go to the library or we refer to a book. Most of the time before we refer things to the book, we go back to the journals, we look at periodicals, we look at magazines, we look at the newspaper in order to get information. But nowadays, you have your own smartphones, you can have internet connection with just 10 pesos, so information is literally at the fingertips of the students. So most of you usually do online search. So the first step would be, when searching online, narrow your topics. You cannot simply, like for example, if we're talking about education, for example, and then you will search on the internet education. Do not expect that the search engine will just simply give you what you want. You have to give it context. What about education? Okay, because education itself is a very broad topic. So what about education what about education do you want to know? Okay, and then for example again, there is a topic in Philippine politics and governance, something about state, nation, and nation states. Okay, so if you just went and search for those words, it may or may not give you the information that you needed, because those are in all itself are broad terms, however it can also become keywords. So make sure that you are using keywords, because before, ang trabaho lang naman ng search engine dati ay imamatch niya yung sinesearch mo sa documents, kung nagko-contain ba or naglalaman ba yung mga documents na yun nung mga words na gi-search mo. But nowadays, aside from keywords, meron kasi tayong yung mga content creator, yung mga may-ari ng mga websites, whenever they create a content, an article, they have keywords inside these articles para madaling mahanapan yung article na yun. Okay, so you have to make use of the keywords in order for you to find the best or the most necessary, most related article about your topic. Aside from that, meron tayong tinatawag na search engine optimization ngayon, So those also involves keywords, and it's actually a very broad topic. However, meron na tayong tinatawag ngayon that they can pay, ads. They can pay Google to have their articles at the top of the results. So let's have an example. Let's try something. Let's say I will search for social stratification. Okay, so usually yung mga nandito sa taas, they are featured or anything like that, but there are also times, mukhang iba yung na search ko, wala siya yung ads, wait lang. So these are the first ones that you see. They are the most popular and the most related due to the keywords, no? Mag-try ako maghanap ng meron siyang ads. Let's say online learning. Okay, there you go. So, isipin nyo yung online learning. Pag for example lang, I ask you to create a term paper about the effects of online learning to the senior high school students amidst pandemic, for example lang. And then, you are going to find topics, no, or related literature about online learning. Tapos ikaw, na nag-search lang online, ito yung ginamit mo na keywords. Pag enter mo, of course, ito yung una mong makikita, right? So, hindi mo sila pwedeng, hindi naman sa hindi pwede, but these ads right here, as you can see, no, they are ads. They paid Google para nandun sa taas yung kanilang, nasa itaas, at the top of the results, ang kanilang mga websites. So, this, for example lang, kung isa kang tao na hindi media and information literate, tapos ito yung pinili mo, of course, you will not get the information that you needed, right? So, try looking at the results after the ads. No? So, you have to look at this. Marami sa atin, ewan ko kung, I'm not sure, I'm not generalizing, no, but there are people, actually gawain ko rin to dati. Yung bang una, no, yung pinakauna, ang kinukuha, and then that's it. Copy-paste, and then bam, you have your assignment, you have your homework, no? Pero hindi yun pwede. You have to find the context. Ano yung topic, di ba? Ang term paper mo is the effect of online learning to the senior high school students amidst pandemic. So, advantages and disadvantages of online learning. Yes, it's related. However, it is not enough. You have to find other things. Also, since this is a very broad, what do you call this one? Broad keywords, no? Kailangan mo siyang paikliin. Like, for example, let's say, try to search online learning amidst pandemic. Okay, let's see, Philippines. Okay. So, ilalabas yun yung mga scholarly articles. This is very good, by the way, guys. Let's talk about that later. So, as you can see, it will give you a more beneficial information about it, no? As you can see, it gives you a lot of things. Like, for example, how is the pandemic is reshaping education. So, this is the information inside. This will definitely help you in writing your term paper. Or this one, back to school during COVID-19 pandemic. So these things, the new normal, okay, this is an international journal. So this is very good, no? Itong mga resources na to is very good. And if, for example, kasi nga meron na kayong practical research one, it is highly recommended na dito kayo mag-search sa mga scholarly articles. Like, for example, go to scholar.google ba? If I'm not mistaken. And dito kayo maghanap, no? So that it will give you articles that are published na maganda gawing review of related literature. So, let's say, for example, online learning amidst pandemic. Let's say in the context of the Philippines. Okay. So, as you can see, you have a lot of options. No? Ang dami niyong pwedeng kunin dito sa mga article na to. But make sure, no? Kasi nga, this is empowerment technologies. Sa research ninyo na subject, you will be taught how to, the different styles or techniques or approach in order for you to create a very good review of related literature. But what I'm saying is, this is a start. So, pag kailangan nyo ng mga review of related literature, published articles, you can use Google Scholar. Other things that I know are researchgate.net. Yes, there you go. Find and share research. You can join for free, and you can connect with your LinkedIn or your Facebook, and afterwards, you can just, what do you call this one? find a lot of published articles. Marami pang ibang websites, no? Yung iba kasi kailangan lang ng subscription, so may bayad. But marami pang iba na kayo na pwedeng makita or mahanapan na libre actually. Okay, and it has access to published articles, books, ebooks, and a lot of things that could help you. Okay, so that is the first tip. The second tip is put the word "and" between each keyword to create a search string. For example, mahaba masyado yung hinahanap mo. Let's say you want to know the effect of online learning and mental health, for example, of senior high school, and pandemic in the Philippines, for example. So now you have a very what do you call this one, comprehensive, no, na topic search. Kasi nga yung bawat keyword nilagyan mo lang ng and you concatenated everything, no, to give you a more comprehensive and a wider range of options. That is why, as you can see, it will give you, ayan, students' mental health issues during distance learning. That is really good. This type of articles will really help you. For example, if your topic is about the mental health issues of senior high school students amidst pandemic because of online learning or distance learning. So these are really good, no? So that is another tip. You put an end, and remember, there you go. Okay, put an end to the keywords. And then the next one is identify synonyms of the keywords. So for example, okay, so let's say your topic is about the precautionary measures, no? For example lang. So kung ganyan lang ang search mo, ang gi-search mo, it might mean different things, no? But if you specify, like let's say the other synonym of precautionary would be let's find precautionary synonyms. So okay, so let's say preventive or safety. Okay, so let's say preventive measures for COVID-19, for example. So you would be able to find other information by using the synonym of the word that you are trying to search. That example is a bit easy kasi nga preventive and precautionary are familiar to you. But for example, if it's a different term, like let's say unfathomable, so you have to find, no, other words for unfathomable, like ayan, incomprehensible, no, it is something that cannot be fully understood. That's unfathomable. So if you do not know the meaning of unfathomable, and actually kung ma-realize nyo, no, unfathomable is not exactly tawag dito, used in writing articles aside from creative writing, kasi this is like a very a different type of term, no, hindi siya pwede sa mga article na technical. So it should be, usually ang ginagamit sa mga technical na mga article is, for example, incomprehensible, because you wanted to make sure that the readers understood na it is something incomprehensible, or inscrutable, no? So that could be used in numbers, or incalculable, pwede rin yan, or indecipherable, something that maybe can be used in ICT, information communication technology, or computer science, or cybersecurity or cyber threat na mga articles, no? But unfathomable, it is not usually used in articles or technical writing na mga papers, but rather this is probably used in literary works, no? So that is why if you're going to search for any type of information that is related to unfathomable, and you are writing a technical article, a technical paper, then you might want to use other terms aside from unfathomable word. Okay? So next, review the first pages returned. Yes, okay, so there you go. So let's say, for example, yun na nga, no? Let's have media and information literacy. For example, gusto mong malaman, ano ba talaga yung media and information literacy? Kasi natapos na lang namin yung subject, hindi ko pa rin siya naintindihan, no? For example. So, you might wanna check this one, you might wanna check this one, no? Because these are the first ones in the results. So, tingnan mo muna ito siya and then basahin ninyo, no? And make sure that, for example, if it didn't give you the information that you needed, then huwag kayong mag-alala kasi si Google, ilan yung results na sinabi niya. Let's see kung ilang results yun. Ayan, 196 million results in 0.43 seconds. So, ilan lang yung gi-check mo, 'di ba? So, you might wanna go to the next page kung, ayan, kung hindi pa rin talaga, kung wala pa rin yung hinahanap mo. Sometimes, nandito sa mga next page yung yung mga important, no? Yung meron ka talagang makukuha na information. Okay. Next, use the plus sign for a more specific search. Use the minus sign for a more specific search. Use wildcards for a broader search. Itong plus sign kasi at saka minus sign, no? Let's see your module. Okay. Just type plus before a keyword to indicate that the word after the sign is a required word that must be found in the search. Ang minus naman, if you want to exclude a word from your search, place a minus sign just before, without any space, the word you want to exclude. So, for example, ito na nga, preventive measures, no? For example lang. For example, you want to find preventive measures and more. So, lagyan mo siya ng plus. Okay. So, it will give you more options to choose from, no? Because the word preventive is indicated to be a required word, no? Aside from that, let's say, for example, you wanted to search for example lang, practical. Gusto nating maghanap ng lugar or ng room for rent. So, let's say, I want to find a room for rent. So, sabihin natin, required yung rent, no? In Davao area. So, required na dapat for rent siya at nasa Davao area siya. So, that is possible. That could be a different example, no? Para makarelate tayo ng konti. Ang minus sign naman is, let's say, I want to find a room for rent in Davao area. But I don't want to look in the downtown area or in Matina. I don't want to look anything in Matina or Maa or I want to exclude ano pa ba yung mga malalayo, Deca homes, something like that. Okay. So, as you can see, dito sa mga lalabas, no, it will not include areas or room for rent that are situated in Matina, Maa, or Deca homes. Kasi nga, sinabi mo na doon sa iyong search na i-exclude yung mga yan. Okay, so that is what you mean by plus and minus. Ang wildcard naman, ang simbolo ng wildcard is actually the asterisk sign. So, for example, meron kang sinesearch na let's say a topic, pero hindi ka sure no, kung ano ba talaga yung topic na yun. Like, let's say the effectivity of Sinovac. What's happening? Sorry. Sinovac vaccine in let's say or a different let's say the pathogen used in Sinovac vaccine that causes something. you don't know or you're not sure kung ano yung nakukos ng pathogen na yun, no? So, that is a wild card. Ang ibig sabihin ng wild card is it could be anything. It could be something else. Okay? So, this example might be a bit of confusing to you kasi nga hindi nyo siguro siya masyadong naintindihan. But, a practical example would be meron kang narinig na kanta tapos hindi mo alam yung title but you know one of the lyrics or merong part ng kanta na syempre 'di ba usually yung mga kanta may paulit-ulit doon na part, so na-memorize mo yung a part of the lyrics. So let's say ang narinig mo lang is okay, so for example, ganyan. So you don't know anything, no? Pero buti na lang kasi, as you can see, no, meron na tayong intelligent Intellisense, or this is Intellisense actually ang tawag dito, intelligent sense this is a feature of the search engines that we have now. Aside from search engines, other websites use this one. This is what we call Intellisense. Anyway, so they paved paradise and put up a parking lot pala. For example, hindi ko talaga masyadong narinig, no? For example lang. So, yan lang yung alam ko. So, I will enter that and it will give me this, no? So, apparently, okay, there you go. And it will give me the entire lyrics. And then, I will know the song. For example lang, no? This is a very practical, what do you call this one? Example kung paano nyo ginagamit yung wildcard. Hindi mo alam yung nauna, hindi mo alam yung kasunod. So, let's say then, may binanggit si teacher sa English na i-memorize daw yung tula na yon. Tapos, hindi mo alam yung title ng tula. Pero sinabi niya, ang ending nun is, I am the master of my voyage? I forgot. Okay, so, tingnan natin. I am the master of my fate. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, there you go. So, pwede mo na siyang mahanapan. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Apparently, it is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Okay, so there you go, no? So that is the use of the wild card. Either you don't know what's in the first or you don't know the preceding topic or words or keywords, or you don't know the succeeding topics or keywords, no? So, dyan mo gagamitin yung wildcard. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Use quotation marks to find phrases or names. Okay, so let's say for example, sinabi lang ni, may narinig kayo sa UCSB or Understanding Culture and, wait lang, magbigay tayo ng example na pang grade 11. For example, in physical science, no, nabanggit lang ni Teacher Angeli na there is someone who named Atomos. Sorry, who named Atom. It came from the word atomos. Sino yung tao na yun? So, you can say that he quoted or he named atom atomos. Okay, so something like that. Okay. So now we will know that apparently sino yun? That is Democritus. So apparently siya yung nagpangalan ng atomos or atom. The word atom came from the word atomos, which was a Greek word. Alaikum salam, which was a Greek word, no, that was proposed by Democritus. Okay, so now that we know that, no, so yeah, that is how you use the quotation to emphasize something. This is especially helpful kung yung sa philosophy nyo, pagka grade 12 ninyo, or even in research, no, because ang ibig sabihin lang naman ng quotation is emphasize. That is very important, no, or yes, something like that. Okay, next. Or last one, I should say. Use several search engines. Alam ko na gustong-gusto natin ng Google, no? Google.com, okay? In fairness, Google.com is the the most popular and well, technicality. In technical side, it has one of the best algorithms as a search engine, you know. But let me see my settings here. Dito sa search engine, hindi lang naman Google ang meron tayo. Marami pang iba. Let's see, meron tayong Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Echo siya, Secure Search, this is also Yahoo. So, ang dami pa palang iba, no? So, let's try Yahoo. Yahoo.com. Okay. So, you can search in yahoo.com as well. By the way, ano bang ibig sabihin ng Yahoo? This is just a trivia. Yet another hierarchical... I forgot. Okay, there you go. So that is the meaning of Yahoo. Yet another hierarchical officious oracle. That is the meaning of Yahoo. Kasi nga dati, actually, ang pinakauna niyang, what do you call this one? There you go. It was created by these two amazing people, you know, PhD candidates, David Philo and Jerry Yang. Ang Yahoo actually dati ay a database, no? A compilation of different articles that they use or that they wanted to use for research, no? Tapos, sa sobra ng daming articles, they created a database-like, no? Structure. So, ibig sabihin, pwede na siyang categorized, naka-file by author, pwede nang by date, by name. So, it became a search engine. Doon naman talaga nagsimula karamihan ng mga search engine. A compilation of articles, a compilation of websites, a compilation of content, no? So, pag nag-search ka, yun ang ibig sabihin ng search engine. They will find it for you. They will look from a set of files, a set of documents. They will look what you are looking for and they will give it to you. But it's just that, tawag dito, sabi nga ng kuya ko, I'm not sure kung sinabi niya to or he found it somewhere else, but my brother, because my mother was a librarian and she was in service for more than 38 years as a librarian. Pag pupunta ka sa library at nanay ko ang nandoon, sabihin mo lang ang topic. She will give you the correct, or I should say the most related thesis, dissertation, manuscripts that could help you in your study, no? That is how good my mother is as a librarian. So, kung iisipin mo, librarians really were the first search engines. Sabihin mo lang sa kanila ang topic, sabihin mo sa kanila ang author na hinahanap mo. And actually, iba yung galing ng librarian because they are humans. They know if you needed it, like kung nagmamadali ka, they can see it in your face, no? And aside from that, they have context. They will ask you questions. They will follow up. They will have follow-up questions to make sure na yun talaga yung gusto mong mahanap. And they will help you. So, that is the advantage of a librarian as a search engine. However, these days, dito na tayo usually naghahanap. So, bibigay lang natin kay Yahoo or kay Google ang topic and whatnot, and they will give you something in return that might help you in what you are doing. So, aside from that, meron ding Bing. So, I'm not really using these things. I just use Google, but you might want to use other search engines if you did not find the necessary information that you needed in other tawag dito, search engines. Meron ding MSN. Meron pa bang MSN? Okay. Yes, these are the usual things that we use in high school. That was, I don't know, 16 years ago. So, MSN, dito kami usually google.com, yahoo.com, msn.com. Meron pa yung ask.com. Meron pa bang ask? Okay, meron pa ring ask. Yes, okay. So, these are the usual search engines that we use, that you might want to use as well for your research. No? Okay. But, kung ako lang, this is personal, no? This is my personal opinion. Kung ano lang, preference, I really prefer Google. Okay, so next. So evaluating websites, you have to evaluate the websites that you're getting information, no? So for example, what is the domain type of the website? This is a review from your MEL, kung maalala nyo pa, kung .com, commercial, kung .edu, educational, .org, organizational, .gov, government, .net, network, and .mil is military. So for example, if you have a, what do you call this one? If the teacher tells you to, what is the Article 7 of the 1987 Constitution, you might want to look it up at a .gov website. Kasi alam mo na ang .gov, especially .gov.ph, is a Philippine government-owned website. No? So for example lang, I want to find out what is Article 7 of the 1987 Constitution. So you will write Article 7, 1987 Constitution, for example. And then, so the first one is coming from the officialgazette.gov.ph. The other one is still coming from the same website. So, anong mas pipiliin mo? Itong binigay ng officialgazette.gov.ph or itong slideshare.net? Of course, you might want to, aside from the fact that it is in the first or in the top results, you might want to look or you might want to use this one because it came from a .gov.ph na website. And you know, again, that it means it is a Philippine government-owned website. And probably, itong mga nandito, nakapost dito, is legit. Okay? So, authorized and legit. So, as you can see, ang Article 7 pala is the Executive Department. And, sorry. And it contains provisions. And okay, there you go, provisions about the establishment of the executive department in the country. Okay, so next, you also might wanna check who wrote the article. What is the purpose of the document and why was it produced? When was the document published and updated? So using the same example, sino ba ang author nito? Hanapin natin dito sa mga to. So, ang source dito is, sorry, this is not the, let's see this one. So, ang title, this is the title, no? So, the 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, Article 7, that is the title. And this is the website, Official Gazette, okay? And this is the URL, we know. So, officialgazette.gov.ph. And, pinahaba lang kasi nga, that is your query, or that is your search query. So, this is the content, no? So, hanapin natin asaan ang author nito. It might be that there is no author. Yes, okay, there you go. Itong mga ganito, guys, walang author because the 1987 Constitution, ang author niyan is an entire committee. Hindi siya isang tao lang. No? So, what do you call this one? I'm sorry, wait lang. Kung isa-cite mo to, itong website na to, there is no author, no? But you should cite the Official Gazette. By the way, why was this produced? Why was this updated? Why was this uploaded? Ano tong content na to? Itong content na to, lahat ng naipasa na batas sa Pilipinas ay gina-post talaga nila dito sa Official Gazette. Okay, .gov.ph. I'm not exactly sure kung kailan nag-start i-digitized ng Philippines ang kanilang mga presidential decrees, republic acts, the 1987 Constitution, the bills and the resolutions. I'm not sure when it started, but everything is here in the 1987 Constitution. Kung meron kang gustong i-prove na republic act or presidential decree, if it really does exist, you might wanna look it here at in the Official Gazette of the Philippines. Anyway, so let's say when was the document published and updated? Maghanap tayo ng iba be. For example, meron kayong research. Ang nire-research niyo is about the effects of let's say ethylene in climate change, for example lang, no? Okay, so if you want to look this up, and you want to know the effects of ethylene in climate change, baka gusto mong hanapin yung recent, no? So, pwede siguro ito kasi 2013 siya gi-update or gi-post, right? Or, let's say, let's have another. Ito din, 2013. This is one is better. It's 2018. So, yung data or yung information na nandito sa loob ng article na to is probably more updated than the ones in 2013. Tama man? Or even better than 2002. No? However, ito guys, the information in that was published in 2002 is still okay. Why? It can be a foundation or a basis of the data that we have right now. So, pwede rin siya. Depende again sa context. Depende sa rason kung bakit ka nagre-research. Okay? So, it is possible that you can still use data from 1981, no? But, it is better if you use it or you use data coming from recent, more recent, like this one, 2013 or 2018 na mga articles, okay? But I'm not saying na hindi nyo na pwedeng gamitin yung 1981. However, in other universities, no, because you are going to college in the future, in the very near future, I should say, in some colleges, they are specifically, they have requirements na dapat yung related literature is only within within the recent 10 years. So, let's say 2021 ngayon. So, they will just accept articles published on 2011 up to 2021. No? So, merong mga ganong prohibitions ang ibang universities. But, in some other cases, it's okay na magsasite ka ng 1981 na, no? Na mga data. I'm talking about data, guys, ha? Ibig sabihin, number. Okay, like for example, this one, 0.33% in the atmosphere. This is not true nowadays. We all know, no? This was in 1981. It's impossible na 0.33 pa rin, 0.033% pa rin siya sa atmosphere natin ngayon. No, most probably, it increased, no? 1981 to 2021, that's how many years? 1991, 2001, 2011, that's 40 years, no? So, I'm talking about data. However, if ang kukunin mo is theory, a perception, a concept, it's okay kahit 1800s pa yan na nasulat. No? Like, for example, yung mga gi-release dati nila Aristotle or nila Plato ba yan? Or, sorry, Plato. Or nila John Locke. Or, am I right? Si John Locke, si Locke. Or Karl Marx, I'm not sure. Kahit kailan pa yan nilagi, no? If we are using the theory or the concept, it's okay. But if it's data, again, if it's data, the numbers, mas maganda kung recent ang kukunin mo. Okay. So, let's see, for example, gusto natin kunin itong 2018 because it looks better. Okay. So, i-check natin kung merong author. Okay, there you go. So, these are the authors. Sila ang authors. And it was published on August 1, 2018. Meron siyang DOI. Or, that is, what does DOI mean nga? Document. Okay, sorry. Digital Object Identifier. So, meron siyang DOI. And then, pag merong DOI kasi guys, it means that it is published. And so, there is a good chance that it is legit. No? At maganda siya gawing RRL. So, ito siya. Okay, wow. Nandito guys. Wow, this is very good. Kasi sometimes yung iba hindi pinapakita eh. Kailangan mo ng subscription or magbayad. But this one, it's here. It's right here. Wow. I like this. Wow, this is really good, man. Wow. Wow! Andito ang kanyang amazing. Andito ang kanyang data. Not everybody, hindi lahat ng mga researcher, guys, ginapublish ng ganito. I mean, ginapublish nila, yes, pero yung merong mga subscription. Hindi yung ganito na andito lang pwedeng i-copy-paste. Kasi nga, pinaghirapan nila tong data na to eh, diba? Imagine mo, sila mismo yung nagkuha nitong data na to, tapos papamigay lang ng basta-basta. I'm not sure about this, but this is really good. Kung nagre-research ka, tapos naghahanap ka ng ng magandang data, ng magandang RRL. Ito, ganitong mga article yung gusto mong mahanapan, andyan lahat. Like, wow, the data, the concept, the theories that were used, the methodology, the experimental design, the what do you call this one, the citation. Even you can just copy paste this one and paste it onto your literature cited. This is a really good article. Pwede mo pang i-download ang PDF. Okay, this is really good, man. Wow, anyway. So, ganito mga article yung mga magaganda, guys. Okay? But for example, hindi ganyan yung nakuha ninyo. Let's have a different one. Let's have the one cited in or published in 2013 daw. Try lang. Okay. Pwede siyang ma-download. Okay. So, I download this one. This is good. Okay. Ayan. So, hanapin mo yung this is the title. This is the authors. And this is the published date, no? Bakit natin kailangang hanapin yun, guys? Again, because we want, depende. Okay, there you go. Depende sa paggagamitan natin. Kasi nga, isa-cite natin to eh. Kung may kinuha tayong information dito, isa-cite natin sila. Tama man. So, dapat makuha natin itong mga ito, no? This is critical information. And then, if you are in a university na merong prohibition about the data, so kailangan mong malaman kailan siya gi-published, no? Para malaman mo kung okay pa ba or tatanggapin pa ba yung data na makukuha mo dito sa thesis na ito. This is really good. Okay. So anyway, so those are the tips on how you would be able to improve your research skills online. By the way, guys, I would like you, kasi nga magkakaroon na kayo ng practical research one, you will be writing your research papers, and I want you to use a reference manager. So what is a reference management software or a reference manager? It is a citation management software or bibliographic management software for scholars and authors to use for recording and utilizing bibliographic citations, references, as well as managing project references, either as a company or an individual. So an example would be Mendeley, Zotero, EndNote, BibTeX, and many others. But what I'm using is Mendeley. Let me just open my Mendeley account here. I have a Mendeley desktop and I also have Mendeley online. Pwede rin kayo, guys, pumunta sa online, no? Mendeley, ganyan lang, Mendeley. Okay. You can sign in. You can create your account if you want to. Ang maganda lang dito, guys, ang gusto ko talaga dito is, oh my, I forgot my ano. Okay. So, I, what do you call this one? Logged into my account. And I actually have certain references here that I was able to use before, no, sa mga assignments ko, sa mga theses and other papers that I made before. So, yan, no. And I also have a desktop version para kahit wala akong internet, I can work, no. And this is a very good tool. Like, for example, i-add ko dito ngayon yung kanina ko lang nag-download. Let me add that one. So, this is that one, right? So automatically it will give me all the information that I need about that. Ayan na, andyan na yung authors niya, andyan yung title, yung year na published siya, no? So this is really good. Why? Okay, because you can actually use this. So let me just go ahead and create a new one. For example, ito yung thesis ko, ha. For example lang, example, this is my thesis. So I will say according to a research made by blah 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 blah, something like that, and then I will quote this research, no, this research, no, for example, I will quote this one. So punta lang ako dito, guys, again, and I'll just have to go to references, and then insert citation, and then go to Mendeley, and then click on this, the article that I want to, or pwede rin kung naka-open tong file, and then click on cite. Automatically, it will format everything for you. Ayan na, no? Nandiyan na kaagad siya. APA na yan siya na ano, American APA Association 7th edition na yan siya kaagad. And then, di ba sa end, for example, okay, fine, for example yan, madami pa ako dyang, other things. Di ba sa end, meron tayong tinatawag na references, okay? So, you don't need to find all this one. It will automatically give it to you. Just click on insert bibliography and that's it. Ayan, siya na ang nagsulat sa'yo, para sa'yo. Imagine nyo dati guys, ginamano-mano to ng mga tao. Ngayon, it's just one click away. And it's even alphabetical, in alphabetical order for you. Paano, for example, let me cite other people. Okay, let me, for example, this one. Okay, and then another, for example, I have a different one. Let's say, eto siya, for example. Okay, so I have 3 different citations there. So, kung wala akong gamit na reference manager, iisa-isahin ko to at uunahin ko si Emmer, sunod si Ganta, sunod si Levin, 'di ba? Kasi nga alphabetical order ang references. But for anyone who is using Mendeley, click lang 'yan. Automatic, no? Sa kanya ibibigay niya sa iyo ang alphabetical order, ang tamang format ng pag-cite. And yeah, it's really awesome. Well, siguro hindi nyo pa siya ma-appreciate. Pero pag nagsusulat na kayo ng research ninyo, you will definitely appreciate, no, na wow, this is really good. Okay, no? So, I hope this will help you in the future. As was stated in the PowerPoint, marami pang ibang reference manager softwares that we have, no? But the Mendeley is the most popular one. Anyway, for me anyway, I use Mendeley. But like this one, Best Reference Manager Software in 2021, you can actually use other reference management software. Depende, no, kung saan kayo magiging komportable. Okay, kasi nga, okay, the cookies. Okay, there you go. Mendeley, we also have easybib.com, we have EndNote, we have ReadCube papers. What I like about, you can use a lot of these things, no? But what I like about Mendeley is, meron siyang online, meron siyang desktop, and then meron siyang plug-in sa Microsoft Word. So, it's easy. Everything really is so easy with Mendeley, promise. So, anyway, I hope you will be able to see yung kagandahan ng Mendeley at malaking tulong talaga siya actually, no? So, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much, no? I hope you will be able to watch this video lesson and you will be able to apply, no, the tips and the skills that is included in this lesson. So, I will thank you in advance for watching the video. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.